Hi, we're gonna make a notebook, and you'll need a side of cereal box, 10 sheets of paper, slightly smaller than the box itself, and a piece of decorative, just plain coloured paper to cover up the coloured side of the box. You'll need a piece of decorative paper which will basically go there to hide anything going on in the spine, and a button and needle and embroidery thread. Needle needs to be quite big because it has to get through the card and the paper. Double-sided tape and a knife or a machine to cut for you. The first thing we need to do is we need to put the button on because we want to cover any thread on this side of the paper, of the card. I've split my embroidery thread into 3. That way it's slightly lighter rather than too dark. It's a bit on the thick side, but once you get going you'll be okay. It's been a while since I've put a needle and thread through card before. Just need to do it enough to secure it. Sorry about that. Right, I had to stop that there so it was a bit easier to get the thread going. Just putting a knot in the back so it doesn't come off. Right. Now the next bit is to put the decorative paper in. Put your tape on. If you just do one side at a time, you'll get a nice okay crease in the middle. You can use tape that's on a roll, that's in a tape runner. Take the tape off. I'm using a pokey tool to take the tape off because sometimes it's easier than using your nails. Right. That way so you can see. Line it up. And that way, put that piece down. Now I'm doing it slightly different here. I'm going to put the tape onto the paper rather than onto the box. And we might keep a better crease in the middle. Make sure you crease it to try and get a nice stick of your tape. Very carefully bring your paper over. And flatten nicely, that way you've still got a nice crease. You can use a bone folder if you really want to make sure it's well and truly bent in half. Now we have should be 10 sheets of paper. Yep. Right. Now, line that up. We need to bring the needle again and thread. Nice if you have a decent amount on the needle, that way you haven't got to so much stop because you need to do it halfway through. My start, I'm actually going to do it this way so it covers, when the paper goes in, the needle, the thread will be covered by the start of the paper. Do nice big stitches if you want. This might take a bit of getting used to. You can always practice on a separate piece of card. You're sewing on card before actually putting it through the paper. Because as you can see, it's easier said than done. There we go. Right, I'll do this and come back in a minute. Thank you. Right, I've managed to sew that in, and on the last bit I'm just going to go through the paper, which is easier said than done. Okay. And I'm going to go through the card here. Make sure the paper's where I want it. And I'm going to use the next stitch and make a knot. And another one just to make sure it's secure. Snip off. Right, now we need some cotton to use as a closer for the button. I've just cut off a small amount. What I'm going to do is thread it through one of the stitches we made earlier. Now we're going to line up the little bit of backing paper. I'm just knotting it so I know it's not going to come out once I put the tape over. Now, I've already cut this to size. It's the same size as the back and it's 3.5 inches wide. Work out how much you want on the back and the front. And then agitate two bits on each side, just so you know you've got enough stick so it doesn't come off. And take that one off. Just make sure that there's no little bits of double-sided poking out. Then line this up roughly where you want it. And stick it down. Then we do the same again this side. Two pieces of double-sided. Take them bits off. That's nice and straight over, and we can wrap it that way. And there we go. We have one little smash book, notebook, whatever you want to use it for. You can decorate more if you wish. I like the look of this as it is because this is how I found it. Somebody had made one on Facebook, so hope you enjoy it and hope you like it. Thank you, bye bye.